Hi, I'm Mark Mancini with VRBO Outstanding, and this week's episode is part 1 on the new WYND Sentry smoke and sound detector. So welcome back. Guess what came in the mail the other day? This came from WYND. This is the Sentry device. Now this will detect both sound, like if there's a party or excessive noise, and cigarette, cigar, vape smoke that comes out from using those devices. So this is a great all-in-one because, as you know, there's devices that do smoke detection and there's some that do sound detection, but this does both into one, puts it into an app, and will report to you if something were to happen. Now this is the unboxing of this new unit. I just got this. And this is what it looks like. Okay, it comes straight in a box, and as I pull this open, kind of looks like a smoke detector. Okay, and as we open it up, we have our get set up in a few easy steps. Now it looks pretty darn easy, but I'm guessing the first thing they're going to want me to do is download the app. So I'm on Android, which is a superior phone, and if I go to the Play Store, I can just type in WYND and it comes up, and I can install the WYND app from here. Now they also provide to you the USB-C plug for the device because it does need some type of power. And let's see what else they provide here. Aha! Double-sided tape for the back of the unit. Also, it appears to be a nice sticker for your home, a clean air zone. There's also a couple other things. There's some other types of mountings as well. So we're going to go through this in just a moment once I figure out how to get this thing set up. So we're going to join you back in just a second. Now, some things you'll want to know about the mounting. The USB kind of plugs in right like this. So the two options they provide to you are some rubber feet. You can notice how it comes up just a little bit. There are some rubber feet you can put on here and put it on a shelf, and they recommend someplace inconspicuous. Or you can use double-sided tape, mount it like this, and mount it to the wall, okay? Some of you may have concerns about mounting this to a sheetrock wall, and I would be too, so keep that in mind. Now, the other thing, because this needs power all the time, they've got the this USB plug. What they provide to you is this right here. And what they want you to do is use this screw that's in the middle of your wall outlet, okay, and screw it into here and have the wire come through here and mount into your AC plug like this, okay? And obviously, this would go through here initially. Okay, so they want you to mount it like this and plug this into an AC outlet so guests can't tamper with it. Now guests can easily have access to a screwdriver, so I'm not sure if that's actually the best way to do this. What you can do though is find any kind of AC outlet that's high up in your hallway where you want to put this and see if that's a good place for it. I don't know if I would put this on a shelf though because of guest tampering. So the one drawback I would have to this is figuring out where you can put this. You don't want to put this in your owner's closet. You want this out in your living area. Now you're going to have your sensors here again that'll detect a certain decibel of audio. It'll also detect smoking, vaping, cigar smoke, etc., and report them to you. And the instructions are pretty clear. As I suspected, you download the app first. It even provides you the QR code to go directly to the app. And then it goes over the mounting instructions right here. Now we're going to talk about the app's operation and how it responds to both sound and smoke detection. Now I've set up the device, and a couple things you'll need to know. This actually will run for 48 hours when it's not plugged in. So if a guest unplugs it, you do have 2 days worth. Also, if a guest unplugs it, you'll be notified if it's been unplugged. Now in the phone, we're going to show you some of the screenshots below. In the settings portion, you have notifications. You can be texted, emailed, or get a push notification on the app if it's been unplugged or if there's sound or smoking inside the home. Depending on the size of your home, you may need more than one unit, okay? The price of these, they're free. You just pay for the subscription service. Now, if you pay for it annually, which I suggest, it's only $15 a month. So for, I think it's $180 a year, is my quick math, you can have this device going. Again, you may need 2, 3, or 4, depending on the size of your home, okay? But there's no upfront cost, just a monthly, and it does do both. It prevents parties, prevents smokers. A couple things I'll tell you when you get these devices if you want to enforce anything with your property. Look at one of my other videos on air cover exposed, for instance, on how we go over the API integration with Airbnb so that you can collect deposits and signed rental agreements. That is key. If someone smokes in your home, and for instance, you're with Airbnb, you're gonna have to submit the claim and hope they cover whatever the charge is. But if you have a signed rental agreement, and in that rental agreement you specify smoking will result in a $500 penalty or removal or reduction of your deposit, okay? We talked about that in another episode with our attorney with rental agreements, okay? You have to put that in there. Or if they have a party, you have grounds to remove them from the property and not give a refund for the remainder of their stay. That must be in your signed rental agreement. Now, Airbnb, if you tell them there's a party going on, they'll remove the guest, okay? But oftentimes they'll cancel the reservation and you lose out on the money. So you have to be smart with how you do this. If you're with VRBO, you have a choice. It's either a deposit or accidental damage protection. Smoking is not accidental damage. It's intentional. It won't be covered. The deposit will be, okay? Deposits are key. So whether you're with Airbnb or VRBO, or if you're even booking direct, you always get the deposit, okay? That is important. This way you can have some bark to that bite, or that bite to the bark, okay? Now the Sentry, it's again a 2-in-1 device. The sound, if you're concerned about the sound, it is not going to get a one-time audible noise. So for instance, and I'll use an extreme example, a gunshot, someone screaming, a dog barking, okay? It's gonna be a decibel level that's sustained, that it'll report to you, because that's what parties are, sustained high decibel. It is not someone screaming across the house for someone because someone's at the door, okay? So that's how the sound works. Now, the smoking is a whole different aspect, and we're gonna go over that next week. But just wanna recap, the WYND Sentry, it's free. You pay $15 a month with the annual plan. It will detect smoke. In other words, people who smoke or are smoking, not smoke from a fire, as well as a party. It gets plugged into your AC power using a USB type device, and they suggest you put it 5 feet above the ground with double-sided tape to your wall. That is the only drawback. You probably want to mount this to something other than sheetrock, and out of fear it may pull the sheetrock off should you have to remove it. The setup is darn easy, okay? We're gonna show some of the screenshots here below, but basically you download the application, you set up the account, and then you simply add the device. There's a button on the back. This is just like any other app device. You press the button, the lights flash, it connects to it via Bluetooth, it asks for your Wi-Fi password and which Wi-Fi you want to use. Once you get it set up, you can go into your settings, select how you want to be notified. You can name the home, put in the address, where that device is located, because again, you may have multiple in your home, or in our case at the Oasis, we have 2 homes, so probably have 1 or 2 in each of the 2 homes. Or in Heart of Murata, since it's 2 levels, more than likely have at least 2. It'll also give you an incident report, and I actually was able to configure an alert, and if you look here, the alert is the power being unplugged, okay? So it'll notify you that the power is unplugged, as well as if there's sustained volume from a party or smoking. And again, it tells you the dashboard of what's there, and from there you can simply go into the device and it'll give you, for instance, a status report if it's plugged in, and if it's connected to Wi-Fi, and if there's any smoking going on, and also the sound level as well. So far, it seems to be a great device, very cost-effective, safe way to rent your house and avoid any issues. And remember, next week is part 2. We're going to go into some more depth on the smoking portion of it. Remember, hit the like and subscribe buttons below, and we'll see you again next week.